Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. So today I'm going to do the June update for the show. I like doing this once a month to kind of have a one-on-one with the community and all the fun stuff. So just to get it started, let's talk about some things that have been going on with the show. I am working on making everything more efficient and smoother because I've realized I'll have some weeks where I'm just packed with guests and others where there's like nothing. But a lot of times it's me spending days upon days struggling to find, people to come on the show. When I know they're out there, because if I put the word out to the community, I get tons of requests. So I'm trying to put in a better system to essentially make it easier to schedule yourselves to come onto the show as well. And that way people can reach out to me to put themselves on the show. Like, they don't need my permission. I want to talk to everybody. I don't care. Let me get back to the point I was going to make. Quite often I get people, and one of the first questions they ask me when they ask if they can come on the show is if their business is something I'd be interested in talking to. Well, the answer is yes, because as I said, I want to talk to people. Your stories are interesting, and everyone has a different set of knowledge that they can share with the community. And if you're not the type of individual who likes to share their information with the community, then don't request to come on the show. That's probably all it's going to come down to. I've had a few guests like that before. Sometimes their episodes don't air because after talking, it's pretty clear they have no intention of giving back. All they want is the attention. And a lot of times it's not how I do things, because I don't believe in scarcity. There's a lot of clients out there. There's a big market, and it's super easy to get out there and worry about your competition, and worry about these other people, or you can just be a decent enough person and go for it. And like I said, there's plenty of clients. You're not going to lose out. Once you get that out of your mind, it makes it a lot easier, right? So so that's the big thing going on, is getting everything going. And once you're getting yourself scheduled in the system, or once you're scheduled in the system, I'm working on essentially a series of emails and contacts ahead of time. So it's not like we set up and then you show up on the day and that's the first time we ever talk to each other, essentially. So I'm putting the system in a place where a week beforehand you start getting emails from me with like, make sure you know where the directions are, and make sure you know all of this. These are some things to prepare ahead of time, and a very systematic and automated thing. It's going to take me a little while to put into place, and hopefully I can get it done by the end of the month. So it's kind of streamlined a little better. Now, that's the most of the work I've been doing, because now that the website's together and out and published, I'm getting all of that stuff incorporated together with the new scheduling system and all that stuff. And like I said, hopefully it's a nice, smooth system. Even if there's a few kinks, it's better than what I'm doing now. And we'll make it all professional, right? So also, hopefully soon you'll see the new intros and outro for the show. Like I said, I'm just trying to bring the show to a level of professionalism that I expect it to be. And after watching a few other podcasts, I've seen I can do a little better on that end as far as that goes. So I kind of expect to see that a little bit, instead of your just, hi, this is me intro that I typically do. So we're going to be doing a little more there. So I'm going to take a quick second. Well, not second, but I'm talking a little bit about sponsorships and sponsors, because I wouldn't be able to do this without the help of my sponsors. So I want to talk about Zim Ventures real quick. Rob is amazing. He helped me get my website together, and I'm super happy with it. And he had to deal with me because I'm super picky about specific things. So after we got everything situated and done, and I'm really glad with how it turned out and how we were able to work together. So Always someone to check out if you need a website or just need some golfing advice, probably. I mean, 'cause I know he does golfing as well. So next is Dream Vacations Chestnut Travel Agency. Lucy's awesome. She's been on the show. I'm really glad she came on as a sponsor. And like, if you guys, again, if you need vacation or you need to get away from it all, reach out to her. Ask for some advice. Get in there, have her schedule something for you. It doesn't cost you anything, so why not go out and have some fun with it? Let's see. So next, those are my CPM sponsors. I will talk about the differences between all of them here shortly. So next we got Audible. Again, Audible's a pretty standard sponsor that you see in a podcast. So if you guys need audiobooks, or if you're not in the audiobook industry and you want to check it out, you get a free try. So just check it out. Then phone sites. So this one's cool. I'm super glad this one just launched, because this is the newest one for the channel. So phone sites is the program I use to put my funnels together for the show. It's a absolutely fantastic way to go about, bring clients into you, because they're simple. I can put an entire funnel together in about 5 minutes, and then if I take like a bit more time to, write longer, or, kind of embellish a bit, excuse me, they can take like 10-15 minutes, but they're fast, they're easy, and once you know how to do it, it's stupid easy to put together. So even someone as not tech savvy as me can do it, and I'm really, really glad I got accepted as an affiliate for the program. So, because they're brand new, I think the service just launched a few months ago, and so that's pretty cool. So I also have, on the other end of things, I also have Funnels by Cara. Now, the difference between phone sites and Funnels by Cara is typically price point determined. Now, well, I shouldn't say just price point determined. The phone sites is a very simple, very easy system to create funnels. Now, that's not the only way to go about it, right? If you want something that just sends you a lead, phone sites, right? Because I always get the leads and then I work them. If you want something that can like collect leads, automate the entire process, upsell them, do all these crazy things that essentially you don't even have to touch the deal before it's ready to go, but it's also going to cost you a little bit more money to get there. Funnels by Cara, she can do that. She does absolutely phenomenal work with the funnel she puts together. The ones I sell are like $200. If you want something that can do a lot more than what they can do, you reach out to her. Either way, I can help you. All you gotta do is reach out, talk. I'll gauge what you're looking for, and if you want something a little more, I'll send you to her. And that added price tag, you totally get back in functionality. So either way, you're gonna make your money back on the first deal or two. Like it takes like nothing. It's stupid. So next we got L'Amour training. So if you guys remember, I did a 3-day series on the Gold Mine sales series. And if you reach out to them using the code NHBS25, when you go to the checkout menu, you get 25% off the program. And it's I say it all the time. And if you're an entrepreneur, you should be selling, you should be practicing sales. That's your education. That's important. And I've had so many guests that sit here, like in that chair right there that you're kind of looking at, and they say the same thing: selling. You got to be practicing, you got to be studying, you got to be learning. And so jumping onto the Gold Mine sales series just made sense to bring them on as sponsors. They're from New Hampshire. Well, their New Hampshire branches, their U.S. branch is kind of around here. And like it just makes sense. You need to know how to do it. They have a fantastic system to do it. I've gone through the whole thing. It's great, and I spend a lot of time in sales training type stuff, and there's stuff in there that I haven't seen anywhere else. So it's really good, and over $297 I think it comes out to after the discount. Like, just pick it up. I spend more money on books. So it's a good way to go. Next is B2B. So this is two things technically. There's Friends of Kevin and New England B2B. And I think it kind of just depends on your focus. If you're looking for just general customers, Friends of Kevin is a great way to get your name out there and build awareness of your business and past referrals and stuff. And New England B2B is for businesses who work B2B like myself. That's why I typically roll in that space. Kevin Willett is an awesome dude. I enjoy meeting him every time we hang out. And, he's just phenomenal what he's done in this space, even way before I showed up in the space, like with his radio show and talk show and all that stuff. So we're very similar people. He's done so much for the New Hampshire and Massachusetts community. So if you're looking for a networking group, check him out. Like, it's absolutely the way to go. Let's see. So that's all my CPAs. So I'll get into sponsorships a little bit right now. I like to do it once a month just so people can kind of learn a little bit. So jump ahead a little bit if you don't want to hear about sponsors again. There's two types of sponsors. That's CPA and CPM, right? So CPM is cost per milli, which is essentially cost per 1,000 views. So that's a person who would come on and pay to be seen by my audience. So they come on, you see my commercials as I put them out here. Their ads get put out and they're visible, and they can be heard if you're on the audio version. CPAs are cost per action. So it's essentially when I get paid if someone buys the product, right? So let's see. So I'm trying to think of when that actually works. So Audible, say you subscribe to their free package, I get $15 or I get whatever they pay me for it. I forget. And so that you get there, then I get the benefit, right? So that's essentially how that works. Now CPMs, the cost per milli, they get what is it called? First rights to video on the show. So I have two of them right now. That's Zim Ventures, Dream Vacations. So they get first pick on the show. If so, their ads go out every week for the slots they pay for, essentially. And like I said, they get first rights to that. And then after I meet their obligation, I go into my CPAs. So if you want, yes, absolutely, you are going to be seen every single week. Talk to me about a CPM. And they get set up very similarly. It's only $100 to get your page built out on the website, because you have your own standalone page that when someone opts in, it sends you a lead notification saying they want to talk to you. That's the way I do it, so I can track analytics on my end and you get leads. That's how it works. And it's been working pretty well. I've seen quite a few of them go through for other people. Oh, I forgot Ideal Health. Yeah, I knew I was missing one. So sorry, Stephanie. So Steph and Ideal Health and Ideal protein system is phenomenal. It's how I've been losing weight. I'm down 25-30 pounds by now. If it wasn't for my favorite season with burgers and hot dogs and all the craziness that rolls poolside, I'll probably be a little less, but it's fine. I'm getting there. It's easy, and I'm still losing weight, and it's phenomenal. Great system. I think June 4th she's having an open house, so if you guys want to check it out, go in there, get some information, sit down, talk to her. Nothing to hurt. And for this month, women get $75 off, and because it's Men's Health Month, I believe Stephanie said, you get $100 off. There's a funny joke to be made there, but I'm not going to bother with it. So go in, lose weight. You're only bettering yourself. So those are all my sponsors, and so I'm going to go a little bit into products we offer. Okay, so the next section is, as I said, a lot of what I do here is affiliate marketing. So people come on sponsored through me, and then I make a little bit of money if you guys do anything, either by watching or buying their stuff. That's how a show like this works. It's how most TV shows work. I have 2 products that I sell for now. There's going to be more in the future, right? The first is business cardboard, which is super easy. $20 a year. You go on my little board over here. I wish I could get up and show you a little better, but so everyone over here is paid $20 a year to go up on my board, and when all my guests come in, they get to check out the board and they look at it and they see the companies, and I encourage them to find companies that they would like, that they want to work with, and all stuff like that. The other one is funnels. So as I mentioned with Phone Sites, who is the page we kind of use for our funnels, I do inexpensive lead generating funnels for businesses. So we sit down, we talk, and we're like, hey, this is what I'm looking to do, and we'll build out a funnel for you. I have the ability to house them on my program, but if you want to really get with it, or you want to do more than one, like, we'll get you set up with Phone Sites yourself. Like I said, it's only $47 a month. It's super easy. And from there, you can set up an infinite number of funnels. So that's, say you, I'm using this as an example, though it's hard to do for insurance. I'm just using it as an example because they have so many regulations and stuff. Say you had auto insurance. So I could build out a funnel that does auto insurance super well. And then that same company is like, well, I have boat insurance. So we could build out a funnel for boat insurance as well. And then you could do that for every single one and use social media to target those audiences, and you have all your funnels out there doing different things for different people. So for an esthetician, you could do one for lashes, one for pedicures, one for manicures, you name it. There's a whole number of opportunities out there for you. So we could start getting these set up. It's pretty easy. They start at $250. Things like real estate depends, $500, $250, kind of whatever. It depends on how complicated we want to get into what you do. And I have strategies for many, many businesses. So if you want to jump in and learn how to generate more leads for your business, let me know and we'll talk. Of course. And those are the 2 big things that I sell here through the show and all that. So funnels and business cardboard. Now, things I am working on. I have a couple things in process, and one, which I've told you all before, is my book. So that is coming together. I have pretty much everything done by now. I'm getting ready to send out the initial questionnaires to people. I'm actually just looking for a lawyer to do a last little bit of legal work before I do that, and that's pretty much it. Then I'm just waiting for people to send all the stuff back to me, and it goes to publishing. It's pretty much it. Well, and editing. The next is I'm writing and putting together a program to teach people how to interview better. So like what I do on the show, we sit here and we talk and we have a lot of fun and we ask questions and all that stuff. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that. They're not used to it. So I'm putting together a little something that I'm either going to sell independently or probably in a group package, which I'm going to explain the other half here in a second. And the other one is podcasting. So I do this podcast. So I'm going to put together a very basic how-to on podcasting, okay? So that you could start your own, because everyone should have one. I think if you run a business, even if you don't do 7 a week like I do, because it's a little excessive, you could do one. Yeah, you could do 1 a week, 1 a month, whatever to get your name out there. Excuse me. So if you run a business, you should be podcasting. It's a fantastic way to grow your brand. So I'm going to talk about that and put together a program on kind of how to go about doing it, right? And then I might link those together. So I might just do that. I'll put the podcasting in with the interviewing, but I'm mainly because podcasts don't have to be interview style. You could do solo, which is fine, like I'm doing right now. So let me know what you think, if I should put them together or should I keep them separate because people want different things. Just let me know. That is pretty much it I got for today. We did we did a total of 29 interviews last month. So I only missed 2 days, just primarily because people canceled. So do your best if you schedule the interview to make the date, because if you don't, we have blank air, and then I have some sponsors who don't get out, and it kind of throws things for a loop. And I know sometimes emergencies happen, but worst case, if you have to cancel, try to get back on the schedule like pretty quick so we can talk it through, or let me know, because I will work insane hours to get something done, like within the same week. Like, I will make time to be in here to fill my schedule up, like I'm doing next week because the baby's coming. So June 7th, my daughter's coming via C-section. So I slammed my schedule with 10 interviews that Tuesday, which is the 5th, so I could accompany that schedule. So anyway, so like I said, that's pretty much it for the show. We have a lot of fantastic things coming up. I've actually been pondering where I want to go next with everything, because the interviews are going well. I'm working on, as I said earlier, working on the professionalism of the show. I want to do a couple of other things that I haven't been able to yet, primarily logistics and space and equipment. But as we get better, you will see other things. Like, I want to do, I don't want to call it a mastermind, but I want to do almost like a brainstorming type session with industries. So think about having like 3 or 4 realtors sitting in the room and just talking about the market and something like that. Or I had another guest recommend, she wanted to do like healthcare type stuff. So holistic medicine with like therapists, and just a broad range in that field, and really get into the nitty gritty of it all. And we're figuring out the logistics. I had another guest recommend like female empowerment type things, and have a big conversation on that type of deal. I would probably bring in another guest host, which is something I also want to do. Every once in a while I might bring in a guest host to run interviews, to give you guys a little more style, or a little variety, I should say. So I like my style. It's my show. But that's pretty much it. So I hope everyone does good, and everyone stays safe and enjoy the time you had or have with your loved ones. Because as I said last month on our Memorial Day podcast, you only get one shot. And just because, you might think it's petty, don't lose the opportunity to tell someone you love them for the last time, because it might just be the last time. So try not to leave on a bad note here. Everyone be good. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. That's it for today, everyone, but it doesn't have to end there. Head over to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or iHeartRadio to get more from New Hampshire's top entrepreneurs.